Hello, this is Alistair Goodell from GT Driving School. This is one of my occasional videos, and this is actually an update to a previous one. It's regarding how to do a forward bay park into a bay at a normal car park, standard car park. Now for the test you will need to learn how to do one of these. You won't be asked to do it at the test centre, however. You will be asked to do it at another car park. The only time you're asked to do a bay park at the test centre is if you're doing a reverse bay park. This is a forward bay park that would be done in any other car park, such as a supermarket, garden centre, you name it. So we're currently in a garden centre, and I'm going to show you a little trick that we can use to help you get into and potentially out of a bay that you're going to drive forward into. Now, you probably noticed, or maybe you haven't, but every single car, almost to exception, has a badge of the brand of the car it is, slap bang in the middle of the front and rear of the car. Now, to do a forward bay park, I've always suggested that you need to put your right shoulder in the middle of the bay just before the bay that you want to park into, but we can use a car badge as our reference point, because sometimes it's a little bit tricky to work out where that reference point is. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a car that currently is over to my left, the grey one, and we're going to use its badge in front of the grille. It's a Vauxhall, and it's got the little sort of griffin badge on the front of the car. So I'm going to put that badge on to my right shoulder, and then I can turn right and park in the bay next to it. So without any further ado, I'm just going to move out of the bay that I'm currently in, and then we can move into position. Now, the first thing I want to make sure I'm doing is make sure I keep well to the left of the bay that I want. So there's the car I'm looking for, and I'm going to keep over to the left hand side, and as you can see the car coming into view, I'm now going to put that badge to my shoulder. So it's now at my shoulder. I'm going to indicate right and right lock it, and continue round alongside the car that I want to park in, making sure that I'm looking around all the time, keeping it nice and slow. Now all we're going to do is go alongside it, stop, straighten up the wheels. So I'm now got the wheels straight, and now all I'm going to do is now drive forward into the bay that I'm looking for. I can also use, in this particular case, the white lines just ahead of me to give me a bit of a guide. I don't want to go halfway across, or more than halfway across, because that's not allowed in the rules. But I'm now parked in the car, in the bay. I've now put my handbrake on and put it into neutral, and as you can see, I'm parked next door to the car. Now, as far as a manoeuvre is concerned, a manoeuvre is only a manoeuvre when I use reverse gear. So far I haven't used reverse gear, so that's where the next part comes in. I've got to make sure that I reverse out safely and under control. Now, with that parked car there, it's difficult to see around me. Now hopefully that actually is a good thing, because it will force me to look around and keep the speed down, rather than just blindly going out of the space. I'm also got nothing to my left of me, which is great, so I can move backwards in a straight line until I get to my dashboard to about the front of the car next to me, and then I can start to turn, in this case right lock, so that the nose of the car points to the left. So I'm looking around me, making sure it's safe to go, looking to the right, it looks good. looking round, looking behind in the mirrors, looking round to the right, and all the time making sure it is safe for me to go. So I'm going to now move gently backwards, checking all the time what's going on, making sure that I know where everybody is at all times. So very gently coming out of the space I'm currently in, and then by the time I get to my dashboard, gets to the nose of the car, which will be about here, I'm going to turn the wheel all the way to the right, continuing to look around, making sure it is safe to do so, looking behind me, and I don't want to use up any of the spaces behind me either. So I get to about 45 degrees, so about there, putting it into first gear again, having another good look around before I then start to move off again. And there we have it. We've now done a forward bay park into another car park.